And we're back.
In black.
So,
Innocent.
you guys set out into the swamp.
Before we set out, I feel like I will be better off if I'm carrying my light crossbow on me, because I feel like I'm gonna struggle getting around.
Okay. I don't even know where that is, but...
It's just in the bag of holding, but like
Okay.
just to
Yeah, you take it out of the
clarify.
bag of holding. Note it down in your inventory.
Yes. Cool.
Okay. So, you head out into the swamp.
All armored up.
And it overall begins to take a like the overhead atmosphere. Well, just the atmosphere in general in the swamp is a lot darker.
For obvious reasons.
And you do feel more than a little unease in the swamp. What if you give me survival checks?
Hey.
Okay.
Oh. Well, we're
Okay.
good at survival.
Yeah. So, the four of you who succeeded, your adventuring instincts are sort of like kicking in, and you're very much sort of like wary of where you place your feet, what's going on, and you begin to become aware of more than a couple of things that unnerve you. Lithari, you're fascinated by the swamp as you're going around, but you don't notice sort of like the same sort of things that these guys do. You guys, the first thing in particular that you notice is that there are a lot of carrion birds that sort of like are just lurking overhead. They don't seem to be particularly interested in you guys specifically, but they are definitely just sort of hanging around. The other thing that you become aware of is there's a lot of just general ambient like animal noises that are very, very loud. Things like frogs croaking, there's a lot of bird calls, and even some noises that you can't particularly identify, of creatures that you've not come into contact with before. As you progress, it's very difficult to find a path. You often have to wade through like muddy swamp water or like climb over like inclines and things. But Arya, you can with the directions that you've been given from the two people who've given you directions, you're pretty confident you know in which direction you can be heading. I guess everybody can make me a perception check. Okay. Yep, I'm just typing.
Okay, now that's probably enough to get like Vondal to sort of like grab Arya
Okay.
and sort of just go, someone's singing up ahead.
Singing?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
With it pointed out, you can hear something that like might be singing? If they are singing, it's completely wordless.
We should go check it out then.
Is that really a good idea to check out?
Yeah,
the
my argument would be to do the opposite. My argument would be to see if it's possible to avoid that, just in case.
Well,
You're the experienced ones.
it's like thinking about it. Like the old man told us that like the swamps have been getting worse and worse, right?
Aye.
Like over the years. Perhaps there's a cause. And if there is a cause, we should probably like if we happen to stumble across it, we should probably do something about it.
I highly doubt this would be a cause, though. My suspicion is just that it's a fey creature looking to trick travelers.
That is very true. It is most likely Fae.
Yeah, from your general experiences of such, you would suspect so.
So, given that we don't want to be tricked by a fey creature, I say we avoid it.
Well, what do the others think? I feel like we should throw this into the rest of the party.
I mean, I'm fine with going to investigate it.
I mean, I'll follow if everybody else goes. Singing
I-
in the swamp is just a bit weird to me.
Yeah,
but
I'd rather
I
avoid
do think we
it.
should be cautious, obviously, but
Well, yeah, be cautious. Like, see if we can potentially go around.
Keep our guard up.
Yeah. Like, I'd rather not engage in unnecessary encounters.
Oh, I feel like you chose the wrong line of work.
the wrong party.
Note how I said unnecessary. For our line of work, some encounters are very much necessary.
Yeah.
We didn't come here to talk with singing fey creatures.
No.
no, he has a
We're
point.
here to find somewhere, and if whatever that singing isn't at our destination, I'd rather not go there.
Like, I'm just considering the fact, like, what if it's like a siren or something,
In that case, that makes me want to go there even less.
and just screw people who happen to stumble across her and be like less fortunate.
Do you want to give me an Arcana check there, Grim?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, for all you know, it could be a siren.
But well, I guess it isn't part of our mission currently, so we can skip it.
I think I'd rather
Like-
we did, just purely out
But
of
it's always
safety.
important to remember that whenever you like leave something be, like just because it doesn't harm you it can't harm others in the future.
It would be fun though.
See, while
Be,
you
like,
have a
true
point,
adventurers.
would you like to propose a plan of how we would deal with such a threat, were that to be what we encounter?
Well, I feel like if we should first, as a party, agree, like who opposes the idea. We have Vondal, you're opposed. Any other party members opposing? Nobody?
I think it would be quite thrilling.
I don't trust it, but
That's in character.
Okay, so
it brings up the point of dealing with it rather than leaving it for others to be affected by. So
I do believe we as a party can handle it. And if we get closer and we feel like it might be out of our league or we feel like it's dangerous, we can always decide to retreat. If we haven't ourselves tangled into it, of course.
Very well. You raise a good point that we probably should deal with threats lest others show up.
Okay.
Plus, I think I might have an idea. In the event that it is a siren, that is.
Okay.
So how are you guys approaching this then?
I guess get to a distance at which we can more clearly make out what it is first. Like, not
Okay.
necessarily where we can see it, but more clearly here.
Like, I feel like we should just confirm that as we are approaching, we're wearing armor. Because
Yes.
Yeah, we put on
Yeah.
armor before we came into this one.
Yep, that was stated at the start.
Yeah, armor pre-swamp.
just making sure that it's
Yep.
clear.
No, that's good.
Okay.
Cool. So you advance on this position that you can hear the sound coming from. As it gets clearer, it definitely seems to be singing. But from what you know of sirens, Grim, usually, like, if you can hear their song, you tend to fall under their influence. It doesn't seem to be having any ill effects on any of you.
Everybody seems to still be sane.
Which now makes me think it is probably just a fey creature, and I'm not sure about you, but maybe going around just murdering fey creatures isn't necessarily what we should be doing.
Okay, well that's making the assumption that we're going into murder.
Or that it's hostile.
Granted, we've not had the best experience with
Well, I
fey
guess
creatures that we randomly come across, but
I'm just thinking that a fey creature, something that quite likes mischief, is not going to be one to give up what it's doing easily.
well, before we didn't I just recall, didn't Simone warn us that we should probably stay on the path? Is it even
That as well.
Yeah, she did say sort of like stick to the paths because there are dangers sort of like off the paths.
Well, I guess since this isn't an immediate threat, it's audible.
I will point out, like, you aren't going off the path going this way, by the way. You are heading in the intended direction. It's maybe like off to the side by maybe like a minute's walk. It's really not that far away at all.
Oh,
If you can really call what you're following a path, because it's really just like a bunch of muddy tracks through a swamp.
What's the harm of going
well,
to check it out?
it's
please?
been designated by people, verbally designated. So
A ranger has been through here maybe once or twice.
To answer your question, what are the harms? The harms you can expect from any fey creature, I would imagine.
I
tricked out of
didn't
belongings.
I didn't get to finish that thought. What I was saying is apparently it isn't directly harmful. Otherwise, we would probably have noticed something by now,
Yes.
like some urges or something.
It's not like there's no like immediate magical manipulation. There's no immediate threat that any of you feel.
It's
So
just
I
that someone's going to get curious, wander up, and go, "Oh, look, a fey creature." Presumably lose a little wager.
honestly, it's
Well-
better us than somebody else.
I feel like, considering this is seemingly not a direct threat, you will not run into something like this unknowingly, we could perhaps just continue on our path. Or at least I feel like we've confirmed that it's not a direct threat.
So yeah, you've confirmed it's not a direct threat, but some of your party are still curious. It's whether you want to indulge that curiosity.
I still think I'd rather push on.
I, for one, would like to see what it is.
Well,
I am curious, but I'll defer to your experience.
I guess we. I guess Kelariis has the deciding vote then.
I'll also point out there's nothing stopping Arya just sneaking off and taking a look, because the rest of you aren't
That
sneaky.
is very true.
Because I think literally all of you now have disadvantage on stealth checks.
Sweet.
Yep.
Look, we are the sneakiest party in existence.
We are super stealthy.
Yep. That's why we've got 3 heavy armored warriors.
No, wait. Like, is Lithari wearing armor then?
Lithari is not wearing armor now.
That would be okay. So then everyone has disadvantage, or like not, well, just 3 of us, like usual.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, otherwise we just set a time limit. We send out Arya or Lithari, or I don't know, would be best suited. Probably
I mean,
Arya.
potentially both of
Yeah, the two of you could go satisfy Lithari's curiosity and then come back.
Yeah.
And if you need
That
us,
works for
well,
me.
we won't
And
be
we should-
far.
Look,
Yeah.
we will set a time limit in case something goes wrong and we can't hear.
Yeah.
What shall we agree upon?
5
10 minutes?
5?
5?
They're gonna
'Cause
be
it's not
sneaking
far
up-
off the
yeah,
path,
It's
right?
about a minute
Yeah.
away. And
Yeah.
then they're gonna
So
left.
5 is
5
a
minutes.
lot.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
And if you make a racket, we'll show up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds good to me.
Cool. So the two of you sneak off. Do you want to make me some stealth checks?
Oh, I can use pass without trace as well.
Oh, you could if you want to. Yes.
Pass without a trace.
Okay.
You have a plus 10 to
Plus
yourself.
10.
Not that you fucking need it, but you
Yeah.
do.
20. That's a 29 on your stealth, Lithari.
Jeez, guys.
Yep.
But you never thought you'd achieve that kind of feat.
And one for Lyra as well.
You definitely didn't think you got a 29.
29,
So you got a
28,
God,
and
they're
33.
awful.
They're just like
Okay.
disappears into
33.
the weird swamp.
Phases out of
Oh,
the
You
game.
can't
God.
swan dive. Lyra just like
No, I think
jumps into a bush.
I think
leaps into a
you
bush.
cast the wrong spell. I think you cast invisibility.
Just
Okay.
fair, though.
Yeah.
So,
See ya.
as the three of you sneak into what appears to be a small clearing up ahead of you, there you find 3 fairly murky, muddy pools. But ahead of you, you can see a woman who has very pointed elven-shaped ears, standing in a pool of perfectly crystal clear water. She is the person who appears to be singing, and standing dutifully by her side is a man in plate mail armor with a very short, stubby helmet, and holding a I think it's a greatsword. Let me double check. Yes, he is holding a great sword and sort of like standing to attention next to her in the water. You could potentially make me an Arcana check here, because you are feasibly the only person who would know what this creature in front of you is. Yeah, you have no idea.
Well, should we
Great.
investigate?
I think that was a question in character.
Yeah.
What?
I don't
Wait,
think
what?
Luka.
Lithari said perhaps we should investigate further.
Oh, yeah, sure. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, feel free to like move yourselves around. As long as you stay within 30 feet of Arya, you still have pass without a trace. So.
Oh wow, that's big. Yes.
Yeah, Pass Without Trace is a great spell.
How like open is the area around here?
Beyond the borders of the map, there's like some heavy shrubbery, but it's fairly open.
So, do they see us approach, or?
They are facing away from you. They are facing into the crystal clear pond. Make me perception checks as you approach.
Wow.
Okay.
Well then, Arya.
Cool. Well, Arya is more focused on the creature in front of her than anything else. So.
Do I notice anything?
Yes, I will type to you what you can see.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to Arya and goes. It seems that the lady over there may not be as well intentioned as the average person. There are a number of bodies at the bottom of the pond.
Oh, good. Good.
To add to that, they are. It's strange because they're all lying under the surface of the water with like their hands like clasped in front of them, much like you would place something in a coffin. And they seem to have sort of like been fairly sort of like respectfully placed here, and they are also perfectly preserved as well. Oh, the third thing you notice is they are all strikingly beautiful.
Hmm.
Well, we have to jump on her if you would prefer to go that route.
Right. I'm wondering if we should get the other.
I think we could handle it. Arrange her.
I'm dubious, but and I did see you snatch an arrow right out of the air, so.
Well, it might be useful to let you know that I used to serve in the military.
Oh,
I can
really?
handle myself. Yeah. Are you? You wouldn't happen to be familiar with the Storm Guard?
Am I familiar with the storm guard?
You are acutely.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember when you went to the castle, the fortress, and there were the golden armored elite guards?
Oh, yes.
Those were the Storm Guard.
What the fuck? What's going on?
Just casually, like, yeah, man, used to be part of the Storm Guard, you know.
Basically, the elite elven military respected and feared across almost the entire world. In parallel only to the Draconic Legions.
I just give her a look like, what in the world?
Well, it was a long time ago, but I'd like to think I still have a little bit of that in me.
Arya's very long and confusing day. Oh god. Alright, well. If you think we can handle him, then I'm down.
And Lithari kind of smiles and pulls out her longbow, which is probably like it's just made out of wood and string. It's nothing impressive.
Nothing fancy. It's at this point, Arya, you notice that she only has 3 arrows.
Oh lord. Well, if you need some arrows, I got you.
All right. Hopefully, we won't need that many. I guess
Okay.
I'll draw an arrow.
So you're both gonna knock arrows and just what, like shoot her?
I would like to do my magical girl incantation.
Oh my God.
If you do that, you will no longer be sneaky because you need to do the verbal component aloud.
Oh right.
You will lose the element of surprise if you do that.
Surely you can whisper it.
Yeah, sure I can whisper it. Come on, Rob.
You need conviction.
You would need to make me another stealth check.
Okay, I'm down with that.
Okay.
So easy.
Yeah, you can
Great.
you managed to whisper this under the sounds of her singing. Would you like to say it?
Oh, brilliant rays of morning light, seek out my enemy and ensure their destruction.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Your bow glows.
My
Yep.
bow glows with the power of Melora. Alright. Sucks. So
That does suck a lot. Yeah, you can make attack rolls with advantage. So
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna use my bonus action to use the Kensei's shot thing.
okay.
Oh, I have advantage, right?
You have advantage. Yes,
Oh my.
that is a hit. Uh,
And I deal an extra D4.
yeah, from the Kensei shot. Cool. I need to open these character sheets.
God damn it.
I just hope you realize it's going to take us at least 10 turns.
It's gonna take him at least 10 turns to get to you. Yeah.
Yep. Run real fast though.
Probably more like 12 for me, but
No, it's okay. I'll pick you up. Remember, we have this plan.
oh yeah.
We
Yeah.
have a plan.
And then we'll get to the battlefield, and Kallistrate will throw you like a javelin into the pool.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So
It sounds like a horrible idea,
You'll
but I
run
want
in,
to do
you'll
it.
stand next to Lithari, and you'll go, "This bitch is empty." Yeet.
Oh my god.
fucking memes. Okay, so your two arrows streak towards this woman. Lithari, yours lands. Arya's yours like burns past her as like sort of like she flinches from the first shot.
Ugh.
And she turns towards you and yeah, I guess I think she speaks Sylvan. Yeah, it would be in Sylvan. In Sylvan, she yells, "Intruders, to me, my protectors, to me."
Oh good.
And everybody roll initiative.
We are so fucked. Oh,
Right, so
God.
does that mean everyone?
You might as well roll. Oh, hang on. Yeah. Let me. I'll
Holy
give.
shit, look at that.
Let me.
Damn.
Oh my
Arya,
God.
no!
Wow.
Oh.
Now
Oh,
you know my
so
pain.
bad.
Double nat 1. So okay. So you guys can have your tokens. Roll your initiative.
Meanwhile, everyone in the fucking world is getting natural 20s. This is literally the universe shoving its middle finger in.
Ah! That's the one!
Oh man.
0 initiative, boys. It's back.
Right.
The dream.
Cool.
Don't
So
worry,
you guys are now in the
I'll
initiative
last.
order. Goodbye.
It's okay, Arya. You won't be going last when I show up.
Yeah, assuming we
Um,
ever get there.
Alright. Cool. I need to roll some people into the initiative order.
I just want to see Kelariis yell this bitch empty.
Yeet a fully armored gnome at them. Yeet!
Why am I just imagining at level 20, I gain some strength and con just to become a cannonball?
Please, please. It would be the greatest thing.
Do it! Oh, could you imagine that
Okay.
fighting an actual dragon? Just like it lands in front of us. This bitch is empty! Yeet! Grim lands on its back.
Okay.
Stabbing it in the eye.
Serious time. Lithari, it's your turn.
Alright, I'm drawing my longsword and running right at them.
Okay.
I'm gonna take 2 hits against. Oh boy. I'm gonna take 2 hits against the woman.
Okay, cool. Shing shing.
Helena,
Ye...
ever filling with love and pride.
I know.
Whoops. That's the
So
wrong button.
supportive.
Yep.
Neither of those are successful hits. She
Oh boy.
steps backwards away from both of the swings.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Uh,
Oh no.
This is when you start regretting your life choices.
oh, I regretted it. As soon as I missed that first shot, I was like, this is how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
like,
important to remember that you've marked her because you remember you have disadvantage against literally everything
Yep.
else.
no, I'm aware.
Then I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna use my. I'm gonna use my bonus action to punch her.
Okay.
To punch her.
Punch. Punch good.
Nope.
Fuck.
Nope.
Monk. No. Can I use flurry of blows?
Yes.
Boy.
What the fuck?
That's a hit.
Nice.
Okay. Can I spend another key point to make it a stunning strike?
Yes.
Alright. I think she needs to make a saving throw of some sort. Hold on. I'm constantly switching back and forth between fighter and monk.
Oh,
Um,
once you get
Constitution
around
saving
to
throw.
What? So, Constitution saving throw
Yeah.
against.
16.
She passes.
Okay.
But she does. She takes some damage from that. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you strike her for 6 damage.
Okay.
Lyra.
Bork.
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 She begins to balk. The rest of you are aware of balking.
Attack. Bork. Run.
Run.
running
Run.
will have
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay.
No umbrellas on the beach.
Nope,
She gets advantage.
that is not a hit.
What? Even with advantage?
Even with advantage.
Yeah,
What
17 did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because 17 didn't hit.
Oh man.
So
Okay.
what do we know? 17 is a non-hit on this lady.
Bork, sadly.
Okay. Seemingly in response to the shout, the sludgy pools coalesce, and you can see a number
Oh,
of
God.
bones begin to sort of like
Ugh.
almost like puppet their way out, and several disgusting, weird swamp ooze zombie monster creature things appear.
I would like to say through the official record that I regret my choice.
And begin to
Sorry,
shamble.
doesn't. So.
Actually, wait. Okay, so they would move to as close as possible as they can without being in melee range, which would be there. And they are going to pelt you with swamp sludge.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Here we go.
So I need to roll. That's 66. Okay, so you are hit by this, like, pelted with swamp sludge, Arya. And in each of these balls of swamp sludge that hits you, you feel several things latch onto you.
Oh god.
And you, like, as you shake the mud off you, you find yourself covered in several, like, 3-inch long black leeches,
Ooh!
which deal 21 necrotic damage to you.
What the fuck? Necrotic damage?
Yes.
They
Start
drink your
fucking with the
blood.
bodies.
And these guys get some temporary hit points.
They drink your blood. Blood for the Lich God.
And okay, and that is all that they can do for this turn. The woman turns around. And yeah, I guess she. Yeah. Okay. So the first thing she does is what you thought was part of her long, like she's got like a reed flower dress, and she pulls part of what what you thought was her dress, but actually is like a long trailing thing of reed flowers, and attempts to grapple you with it, and does not succeed. Seeing that she has failed, she will produce a long wooden, like almost like a stake, and slashes at you with it. 21, 21, 13, so that's 2 hits. So you take 14 slashing damage and 3 poison damage. My music has stopped.
Okay.
And that's all she can do. Arya. Oh.
Thank God.
Yeah, I need to just double check something as well. Oh yeah, you can remove a number of leeches from your body as an action. So, so you're shooting at her, yep?
Yeah.
That's a hit. 6 piercing plus your radiant damage.
Is anybody else having flashbacks to the time we sent Arya forward and like a fight broke out?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you do damage. You can use Lyra's bonus action. Or Lyra's reaction.
Yes.
That is a crit because pack tactics. So she takes 13 piercing damage. She needs to make a strength saving throw. Which she passes.
Dang it.
Lyra tries to drag her down. The man next to her is going to raise the greatsword and swing it at Lithari. Lithari, give me a perception check as the guy does this. He hits with 1. Take 13 slashing damage as he hits you with the greatsword.
Boy.
You notice as you look at this guy, his eyes appear to be out of focus. You suspect that he may be charmed.
Well, in that case, I don't know right now. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Those of you counting how many turns it is till you arrive, this is turn 1.
Boy howdy. That's a long time.
Yep, so like 10.
Wait, but we reduce it to 5 by dashing. Oh, well, never mind. Can't
Yes.
Not that they're gonna be alive at turn 5, but you know.
So count to 5 turns if you're dashing.
Okay, yeah.
Lithari, your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit her twice with my longsword.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna activate the longsword also.
Okay.
Wait, is that a bonus
What?
action or? Hold on.
No, it's as as part of your attack action.
Okay, yeah, then I'm gonna activate it.
So, do you want to describe what happens?
Yeah. So, Lithari just kind of like moves her feet back like through the water and kind of takes a more aggressive stance, and the kind of hilt of the actual blade of her sword just begins kind of like it's not visible, but it heats up, and then after a while, just smoke begins pouring out of the blade.
What is going on?
What the fuck?
Slowly kind of coalesces around Lithari, and like soon her form kind of shifts and becomes a little bit ethereal and smoky.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You get like a fuzzy sort of like heat haze around you.
Yeah. And I just want to hit her twice.
Okay.
So that's one.
That's 2 hits. So roll your damage as per normal, and then add the additional damage. Okay, so that is
And then 2d6 fire damage, right? 1
yes, 1d6 for every time you hit. Okay. Okay, so you come with the speed that the sword gives you, you slash her twice, and you watch as like the wounds as you inflict them like instantly cauterize from the heat.
Oh my god.
I thought you were gonna say they instantly heal, and I was about to lose my mind.
No.
Stay here, my dude.
No.
How does she look? Does she look?
Very, very unhealthy for the fact that you've just carved 2 burning wounds into her.
Okay, then I'm gonna try and. Okay, I'm gonna action surge.
Okay.
And hit her twice again. Damn it.
That's not a hit. That is a hit. Okay.
Not bad.
You land a 3rd strike. Lyra.
Oh wait, hold on. Do I have a bonus action?
Oh, sorry, yeah, but bonus action, yeah. I thought you hadn't used it yet.
Bonus action. I am going to spend another key point and go into
Okay.
patient.
Burn them key points.
Yeah.
Just burn them up.
Yeah, these are not weapon attacks, so you don't get your bonus.
Did these come back on a short rest? I don't remember.
Key points, I can't remember.
Yeah,
That-
key points do.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Pretty much everything that I have comes back on a short rest.
Oh, good. We might actually make more short rests then.
Well, shit.
So are you rolling what's it called? Flurry of blows.
No, I'm doing patient defense.
Oh, patient defense. Yeah, sorry. Okay, my bad. Lyra. That's not a hit.
Dang it.
The haunts are now going to stagger towards you after having hit you with leeches, and are going to swing at you. 17 hits you, yeah?
Yeah.
Take 13 bludgeoning damage as one of them, that you duck under 2 of them, but the other one slaps you across the back.
Help.
Okay.
Oh,
The elf is... I guess you would use...
Hit me, please.
Yeah, okay, so I need to make a charisma saving throw.
Is this a charm thing?
It is a charm, so you do get advantage.
Nice. Because charisma is not good.
That is a pass.
Oof.
Nice.
She locks eyes with you and says, "Get away from me," in Elvish, but and you feel a force like pulling at your mind, but you shrug it off. Seeing that has failed, she is going to attempt to just break away from you and slip into the water. So, attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Okay. Lyra gets one as well.
What did she get?
Attack of opportunity.
Oh, right.
Miss.
Doesn't even matter.
Okay, so you strike her as she goes, and she is bleeding heavily, and you can see this in the crystal clear water. But she does manage to swim away and approximately like 5 feet down into this pool. She's now at the bottom of the pool, so she's not very far away, but she is feeling safer. Arya. She is now heavily obscured, so it negates your advantage from Mark. That's a miss. You fire the golden bolt down into the water, but it misses. Is that everything?
Yep.
Okay. The knight is going to.
He has disadvantage because of patient events.
Yeah. Well, he is going to. Oh wait, no, I can just roll his strength. He is going to attempt to shove you, and misses. Well, actually, yeah, he can do it twice because he's got multi-attack. So yeah, he misses again.
Wait, isn't that like a skill check?
Oh yeah, it is. That's a good point.
You make a strength check contested by target strength or athletics, basically.
Oh, okay. So in that case, I need you to roll me 2 strength or athletics or acrobatics checks.
Okay.
And that versus his.
Yeah. Yeah, you dodge him twice as he tries to like shove you away. Round 2. Lithari.
I am going to run over here.
Okay, AOO, so unless you disengage.
No, because of the sword. No.
Oh, no, of course, yes, because you're, yes, you're shrouded.
Yeah.
So, you see Lithari go to move away from this guy, and this guy brings the greatsword down, and it would have cleaved directly through Lithari's, like, torso, except it just passes through smoke.
And I'm going to attack one against each of the 2 guys next to me.
Okay. Those both hit.
Alright, and can I make them both goading attacks?
Does goading attack cost a
I think
bonus action?
No, when you hit a creature with a weapon attack.
Yeah, but I think you can only use the same maneuver once a turn.
It says you can only use 1 maneuver per attack.
Okay.
I will allow it.
So that's a wisdom save.
Versus
16.
16. 2 failures.
Okay, so they have disadvantage on attacks on anybody except for me.
Okay, cool. So they take. That's. Okay, yeah, you lay into them with ruthless efficiency.
And for my bonus action, I'm going to second wind.
Okay, yeah, you second wind. Schwam. Lyra.
Oh boy.
How good can Doggo swim?
I have no idea.
Well, swimming without a swim speed is just like half your movement, effectively. So you can definitely swim down to her. You have enough movement.
Okay.
Okay. That is a hit. Okay.
Nice.
So, she thinks she's away at the bottom of the pool. Lyra jumps in after her, like, grabs her by the leg and savages her. And actually, after a few moments of combat, a mutilated body kind of floats to the top. And that causes some things to... Well, a thing to happen. In that... Which of these dice do I need? Didn't I that one? Okay, cool. The man in plate armor passes out.
Okay, not the ideal situation. I was thinking.
I'm just gonna put this out here. He's gonna drown in a minute if you don't do
Lyra!
something.
Quick! Rescue dog!
Meanwhile, haunts. Oh wait, at the top of their round, you still have leeches on you. I should have done this at the top of last round as well. 66. You take 15 necrotic. And that goes up to... Oh wait, yeah, can't go over temporary HP, so... 5 health and 4 health. And they are going to one slam on Arya. 13. Oh wait, no. They have advantage because they're flanking, so that's 23. So 14 damage.
On top of that?
Yeah, on top of the 15. Yeah.
Okay, I'm down.
Cool, you're down. And 2 against Lithari. Again, they're flanking, so that's 14 doesn't hit you, but a 25 does, and it's a crit. So you take 20 bludgeoning damage as one of them just like smashes you in the face.
Oh no.
Might be time to call it quits.
Anyway, he's dead. Oh yeah, death saving throw, please. That's success. Note
Yeah.
1 death saving throw success. The knight does not do anything this round because he's unconscious. Round 2.
Okay, I'm popping the ever-smoking bottle, picking up Arya, and getting out of here.
Okay.
Oh my.
Ever smoking bottle just gives you cover, yes?
Hold on, I have it open. 60-foot radius, smoke cloud, instant.
Okay, so nobody sees this, but Lithari uncorks the bottle at her waist, and the 60-foot smoke cloud appears almost instantaneously. Yeah, and you still have the effect of the blade, so
So yeah, and then I pick up Arya and run. Down
Yeah.
This way.
yeah. Okay, so with that, it will take you because you move 45 this. I need to make a death saving throw. Then you move.
I would move and then as far as I can in one turn, and then try to do a medicine check to stabilize her.
Oh right, okay. So yeah, you well you can't do it this turn because you used the
Yeah.
action to pop the smoke bottle. So I death saving throw. That's a success.
That's good.
Lithari, you run 90 feet. Medicine check.
Well, I would have ran 45 feet, and then on the start of this turn, do the medicine check before I run another 45.
Doesn't matter which order you do it, but yeah.
Well, I might, depending on what happens, I might do something else.
Oh right, you might stabilize her and go back. Yeah. I don't know if that's enough to stabilize. I think that's enough to stabilize.
I think it's DC
Hope so.
15.
I can't remember what it is without a healer's kit.
Healer's kit is instant.
Yeah, because healer's kit is instant. So
Like no checks required. It's my best friend.
No checks required.
yeah.
Even though I've not used
Death
it.
saving throws. No, it's DC 10.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
10.
Oh, we
Even
flew
better.
past that one, didn't we?
So yeah, you're stable. You are on 0 HP and unconscious. So yeah, you're 45 feet away. She's on the ground, stable.
Yeah, I'm gonna run back in and flurry of blows punch these two guys.
Okay, yeah, they would have.
Fuck!
So yeah, you're off the board.
How?
With the smoke still going, so
Yeah, so everything here counts as heavily obscured. So
yeah.
How far off are we at this point? Because that's.
you will find Arya at the top of the round.
That will be
Arya.
turn
Which
4.
is now.
Well, no, because Lithari gets a turn and then it'll be top of the round.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, make your attacks.
Okay. Is it at disadvantage or anything, or because of the
If it's heavily obscured, then yes, it's disadvantage.
Okay.
Because it's blinded. That's still enough to hit. That is not. Okay, so one of them takes 6 damage. Okay. Oh, hang on, that's a thought. Backtrack just a second because I've realized something.
Oh.
Do you want to use your? I will let you use your flurry of blows instead to clear the leeches off Arya because otherwise she'll take damage at the start of the round.
Yeah. I'll
Please,
do that.
help me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, wait,
So yeah, you you just start splattering leeches off Arya to stop her taking damage.
doesn't
so-
that also mean she has taken 2? Well, it doesn't matter if she's safe, but
Then in that case, I'm not gonna run back in.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna
in
go
that
back-
case,
I'm
at the top of the round, all of you guys meet Lithari leaning over Arya. The haunts will if you're not coming back, they're not going to chase you far enough to catch up with you.
Well, I'm gonna run back in.
Okay.
well,
Well, so you guys turn up.
What happened?
Shit hit the fan.
You're unconscious.
You're unconscious.
I know you did this.
Shut up, Luka. You're terrible at
dis-
this.
Arya's disembodied voice comes to us.
It wasn't. We got in and over our heads. I'm afraid that was my fault. I need to go fix this. I'll be right back.
I'm
And,
coming
I need to go.
I'm
fix
coming
this.
with
Yeah.
you.
When he does that,
Vondal.
Yeah, when he does
Yeah.
that, Vondal's gonna go. You two go with Lithari. I'll get Arya.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Okay.
Vondal, take care of Arya.
Yeah.
yeah.
oh,
Lithari,
oh,
come here so I can lay a hand on your shoulder.
Yeah.
As we run back.
Okay.
I'm gonna get.
no.
So in that case, gem layer. Okay. So lay on hands. Do you lay on
Yeah.
hands?
20.
20.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. That's very nice.
You're welcome.
That's Kelariis for you.
Swing.
That's me.
Yeah, you see, Dragonborn places a hand on your shoulder. You feel life energy rush into you. You make a mental note to ask about that later. And yeah, top of the round, you're in.
Okay. That case, yeah, I'm gonna Yeah, I'm gonna take the last 2 shots with my bow at 1 at each and use the Kensei shot to.
Okay, yeah, with disadvantage.
Mhm.
Still 2 hits. Okay. Cool, yeah, you shoot both of them. Arya, whilst you were unconscious, Lyra dragged the man out of the swamp and came after you. However,
Right.
you can play her if you want. She can either come to you or stay in battle.
I mean, she'll probably stay in fight.
Okay.
Bark, bark.
Right,
Bark,
I missed
bark.
a bit of stuff there. Did we get Arya up?
Oh, no one touched me.
No, you're still unconscious.
Just left me lying in a ditch somewhere.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
well,
I'm there as
you're
well.
there. I was kind of waiting for your response on it, and so I just assumed you were just waiting with her.
I mean, sorry. I'd probably cast a low cure wounds on her
Okay, yep. You could do that.
just to get her up.
Do that then. Meanwhile, you can do Lyra's turn.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah, that's a hit. And he needs to make a strength saving throw or be pulled down.
Thank
It
you for the
fails.
decline. Oh,
shit.
nice.
Is pulled to the ground. Kelariis. Yeah, i.e. you can restore 18 health and you are now conscious.
When I get her up, I'm just gonna be like, do you see now why I maybe advise a little bit more caution in you?
Wow.
Arya's really gay, so she just like, go
I'm gonna
Yeah.
hit the ground.
Okay, you have disadvantage on all of these attacks because of they're heavily obscured.
Ah, okay. Does him being prone not negate that?
Yes it does. So you only have disadvantage on one.
Shoot. I'll hit that one.
Cool.
Is he still alive?
It is still alive, yep.
Then I will hit it again.
That's a hit. Cool, yep, it's destroyed.
Cool.
It collapses into a pile of sludge.
Ew. Nasty sludge.
Grim.
Okay, I will. Let's see, 20. I will run over here. Oh, actually, yeah, one. Yes, I can do it without getting in the.
Just about.
Uh, just making it, and then I will go for the furthest one away from everyone else. I will swing.
Okay.
Oh wait, actually click on the attack and not on the item.
Yeah. Still has disadvantage.
Oh,
No, miss.
Well,
Hit.
oh, well, at least I have made it.
Okay, cool.
Okay, and then I will use my bonus action to try and knock the other one prone.
Okay, shield bash.
Athletics.
Slam.
Uh,
and welcome to the jam.
it fails and is not prone.
Nice.
Nice.
Slam.
CC boys.
The haunt is going to throw leeches at you, which doesn't require it to hit roll. Grim, you take 7 necrotic damage. You now have 7 leeches on you.
Ouch.
And it gains 7 temporary hit points.
Those leeches are nasty.
Unconscious. Lithari. Whoops. Took too much.
Okay.
Oh, do the two of you who are out of the fight want to run back in, or are you cool?
Well, I've said a thing to Arya.
I'm just
Well, that was
Alright,
last
great.
turn, so.
Yeah.
That was a whole
I mean,
6
I guess-
seconds ago.
I guess if Arya doesn't necessarily want to go in, then Vondal will probably stay with Arya just in case.
Yeah, I think she's.
Okay.
I think she's gonna let the others handle it.
Cool.
It's been a
Lithari.
while since she got knocked down.
I'm gonna take a hit at the one guy who's prone.
Okay. That is a miss. These are just regular, not disadvantage, because it's mitigated, so... Cool, that's a hit.
Oh shit, wrong thing.
So that's, yeah. Plus your fire damage. Yeah, that's... You land a solid blow on it.
And then I'm gonna just punch it once.
Okay. Bam! That's a hit.
Punch.
Falcon.
Cool. You cave in its skull with your fist.
Falcon.
Nice.
Punch.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, that's good.
Lyra.
A bork.
Okay, that's a hit. Thank God for pack tactics. So that removes his temporary hit points, and yeah. Strength saving throw. Passes. Kelariis.
I'm gonna just not do that. I'm here just because slightly more space. Take some swings. Oh,
Nope.
No swing.
roll 20. There we
Yep. Okay, that's a hit. Cool. Shring. Make me a quick intelligence. Oh, Arcana check.
go. Arcana check.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Very polarized results.
Yeah. Do I have advantage on that?
No.
Oh man.
Damn it.
Cool. Grim.
Well, I guess I'll.
Technically that should have been a religion check, but never mind.
Oh.
Well,
Rip.
natural one on religion.
Natural one
but
fails
not.
anyway.
Okay. I'll just take this turn to swing, and I'll worry about the leeches afterwards.
Oh yeah. On its turn, that happens. So yeah, that's a hit.
And
That is not a hit.
okay. And then I'll go for the knockdown again. I just wish I could start off with the knockdown.
Shield the bash.
Nice.
Why
Oh, wow.
can't you? Do you have to hit first?
I have to. Oh, maybe I can do it after one attack, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to take the attack action. Okay.
Yes.
It fails and is not prone. So yeah, if you have to take the attack action, you can attack, knock down, then attack again.
Yeah, like, but I'll. Well, that wouldn't have mattered in this case. At the next person.
Well, yeah, okay, so it deals. You take 8 damage, Grim.
Oh, wow.
And it's gonna slam you. Oh wait, no, yeah. It stands up from prone with half movement. Hits you. That's a hit. Take 14 bludgeoning.
Ooh. Wait, who did it target?
You, Grim.
Oh, okay. Like I didn't catch that.
Sorry.
Oh wait, but I do get to reduce that one.
Yes, because that's non-magical.
Nice.
Still unconscious. Lithari.
Two strikes.
Sure.
Disadvantage.
No flanking. So just regular. Hit. Roll again.
Oh.
Sorry, those both hit, so roll damage for both, rather. Cool, yeah. Even without the fire damage, you chop this thing to pieces. Cool. Yeah, they all dissolve into piles of sludge. And that is that.
Nice. Well, and I deal with the leeches, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And I will sort of like,
Those kind of things.
I'll sort of like help Arya up.
Yeah.
If she's having troubles, and like walk her over to everyone
Cool. You enter the scene.
and just be like, come on, better safe than sorry next time.
I put the stopper back.
You're
in the bottle.
gonna give me a heart attack.
Okay, yeah, you restop the ever-smoking bottle. The massive cloud of smoke that has appeared is... I think it's still there for like a little bit.
Yeah, it's. Once the bottle's closed, the cloud disperses after 10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes,
Jeez.
okay.
Wow.
Shall we move out of the cloud and
Yeah.
focus on the unconscious guy?
Cool.
Oh yeah, what's up with him?
So yeah, you yeah, what if you want to like sort of move yourselves
Although-
over.
Actually, before we consider that guy, I'm gonna ask, what the hell happened?
Bad shit.
I mean, we noticed that. Can we get maybe specifics?
I may have gotten a little bit overexcited.
I felt like the one reason we were okay with checking it out was because we had strength in numbers
Yeah.
and skillful people, and that matter.
Well,
But engaging on your own is not exactly
Befitting of those strengths.
yes.
Maybe exercise a little more caution in future. Arya's already reckless enough.
Sometimes it pays
Kinda
off to do things in the moment, though.
I would admit you and Arya have demonstrated that occasionally a bit of recklessness is warranted, but I would still argue caution, especially in a place like this.
Admittedly, they were also not expecting to get ambushed by creatures that are completely invisible in swamp mud.
True. But on the other hand, we had kind of agreed that they'll go have a look.
Not
And then if
go in
something
and
went
fight. Yeah.
so they
Like,
kind
last I checked, that was, not what. But last I checked, scouts don't run in and just try and fight the enemy army as soon as they see it.
yeah.
Sometimes
Unless you do things differently in the
Stuff
Elven
happens.
way.
Lithari's just gonna go over to Arya and ask if she's alright.
Yeah, I think I'm okay. I have to say, you put up an impressive fight. I've not seen anyone fight like that for a long time.
Well, you didn't do so bad yourself. That was quite impressive with the bow and the glowing.
I should point out that Lithari is still technically like smoking around the edges.
She's gonna put away the sword.
Mm.
Oh, the effects still persist for a minute even if you sheath the sword. So
Yeah, well, let's not go. You appear to be smoking quite significantly.
Yeah, it seems to be a result of my blade. The black steel it's unusual.
Mm.
You certainly carry an unusual weapon.
Yeah.
Vondal, do you want to make me a quick history check?
Sure.
Okay, you have never heard of black steel. I just want to make
is
that
it
clear.
a dangerous sort of unusual?
Not that I've encountered. I worked this blade for 2 centuries. But the mystery is what brought me here. I'm trying to find out as much as I can about the black steel.
And you think this forge in the swamp will have answers?
Yeah, the fire giant that I mentioned before, its armor was used to forge a war pike made of black steel long ago.
What the fuck? We really misjudged Grandma.
I hope that was that in character.
I did not.
No,
say that.
No.
oh god, I hope not.
God,
Ira's not that sassy.
What is it with?
I wish.
Seriously, Luka, you're like so bad for like.
Anyway.
Well, strange swords aren't exactly new to us, so
Yeah, you could say that.
if it's not dangerous,
Although I suppose freedom is a lot less strange than. I wouldn't call freedom strange.
I mean,
Do we forget the part where you guys went into an underground cathedral and performed a ritual, at which point 2 demons came out of the sword, and then you fought them and killed them, and then the sword literally evolved in a flash of light in front of you?
Yeah, but first of all, the sword was cursed, so that's cursed and possibly possessed. So we kind of saw that coming.
Yeah, but second of all, it was made by Tritherion.
Second of all, yeah, it's a holy weapon. So for Vondal, it's less absurd and more just sort of
holy.
awe-inspiring. Yeah.
I mean, it still glows. Like, I can still make it
Yeah.
glow. That's still kind of weird.
Yeah,
Like-
if she screams justice.
Lithari's weapon fills him with suspicion, curiosity, and possibly a slight sense of dread. Freedom just makes him go, whoa.
Look, Harry, I just want you to know that Rob has a habit of making us say ridiculous fucking things to make these weapons work. So.
Well,
Yeah.
I
Mine is not as weird as yours is, though. To be
No.
fair.
Oh, yeah, all you have to do is yell freedom. You just have to turn
Yeah.
Scottish for a little bit.
Also, you don't have to yell it, you just have to say it.
Yeah, but you got like, unless
But
we're
you gotta
sneaking, I'm
yell it.
gonna yell it.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go and collect my arrows also.
Okay, yep. You
Yeah,
you
probably
collect your
good.
arrows, they are completely undamaged, as is to be expected.
Mhm.
I really feel like we misjudged you. You seem to be way more well equipped than we were aware of.
Well, looks like all my cards are out on the table now.
Are they?
I
Yeah.
don't believe that for a second.
Or at least more of them than when we first talked.
Yes, well, if I remember any of my deep dark secrets, I'll be sure to let you all know.
Well, as long as they don't like, as long as they're not gonna affect us, I think you'll be fine.
As long as the secrets that you
still-
hold, I'm okay with secrets, provided they don't jeopardize our safety.
The two of you look like you could use a rest before we go
Indeed.
on.
Yeah.
You too, Grim.
No, I'll just puff my chest a little bit and use second wind.
Oh my god.
Puff the magic.
Just like rolls his shoulders like, nah, it's alright, I got this, I can go
Oh,
for it.
wait.
I can go
Oh,
again,
what?
I can go again.
Wrong button. There we go.
Good job.
No, I'm good. I don't really need a rest. Not entirely healed. though.
Wow,
Yeah.
we should let
You, tough guy.
our overly ambitious scouts have a break.
What should we do about this one? This guy over here. Is he still unconscious?
Yep.
Oh, great.
An excellent
Yep.
question. I guess we.
He does at
see
least
what
seem to
he
be
has say.
breathing, despite the fact that he is wearing completely waterlogged plate mail.
Plate, I say.
It's the...
Uh.
Wow.
I guess
Yeah.
we wait for him to regain consciousness and see how he acts. Presumably,
know.
he'll have a story to tell of how he ended up here. Or at
Shall
least
we-
How he think he ended up.
Shall we disarm him?
Yeah, I
Before
like
we-
that idea.
Oh, the greatsword is still in the pond. Lyra didn't
Well, it
drag
can
the greatsword.
It can stay there.
So he is unarmed.
He is
Well, like-
disarmed.
It's no shield or anything. or
Yeah,
No.
anything
unless you
else
want to
on
pat
him.
him down.
No, he is not carrying any of the weapons, I can tell you that. But cool. Yeah, if you take a short rest, he will wake up within the time it takes you to take a short rest. So, I think that is where we will call it for this evening.
I'm gonna roll for this.
So it has been an exciting session. Oh yes, if you want to roll your hit dice to have the
Yes.
short rest first, that's a good plan.
Yeah.
So, the call comes then for I don't really think we did this when we did the Pokemon one shot with you, Arya, but to gain experience in my sessions, you have to tell me first what you learned as a player and then what you learned as a character in this session, and then I will award you your experience. So, if somebody else wants to go first and give a demonstration, then that would be ideal.
I'm just trying to think.
Well, I guess, like, Grim. Well, of course, we learned, we met, Lithari, and slowly, he's slowly been uncovering. Well, the party has been slowly uncovering the secrets, but I feel like Grim doesn't entirely trust, Lithari yet. I feel like he just isn't I feel like he thinks Lithari knows more than he's letting on about this forge. But then again, he hasn't asked, so he doesn't really know if the intentions or he doesn't really assume the intention ill yet. But he's not quite sure what to make of everything. And then what else? I guess that is the main thing. Grim took away from everything. But and then here in the end, he is again questioning Lithari due to the fact that he and Arya went. Oh no, she and Arya went in. So that is not looking good for him. As a player, I'm not quite sure. I feel like I'm thinking if I as a player should consider talking no, I'm not quite sure. I really want to make sure we stick to the you talk on your character's turn thing, because it causes major problems. But then on the other hand, sometimes it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you could have a reasonable amount of conversation within your thing, but if you want to directly interject and do something, it makes sense to do it on your turn.
For example, was the the fight at the cabin this time? I was kind of thinking it would make sense for him to instantly warn about it if he could. But it's kind of hard to have everything play out simultaneously.
Yeah. Well, I think it made sense the way you did it, because it wasn't until you got outside and were aware of what was going on that you realised what the situation was.
Sure. But that was the.
But everyone chose to ignore you anyway, much to their detriment.
Honestly, I don't think they had much choice after they jumped in, because they went in so far that they couldn't really get out anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, yeah. Cool. So you can have 1,195 experience.
Okay.
Who's next?
Well, I learned that maybe it doesn't pay to be curious.
Oh no, it definitely paid to be curious. It was just that you were way too keen to pull that trigger.
Yup. I mean-
Lithari kind of bullied you into it a little bit.
Yeah, I was pressured.
And to be fair, you did almost make it. If you hadn't been ambushed by the three things, you would have cleared it no problem.
Well, and it was just bad rolls.
Yeah, I think if we had like kind of swapped places and Lithari was taking care of the 3 haunts while Arya was taking care of the Siren Lady, we would have had it.
Yeah, because unfortunately, the thing about being a ranger, is that when you have your bow out, it takes a whole action to swap weapons.
Mm.
And like, I still wanted. I was hoping that if we killed the girl, that the other things would just like go away. But I was wrong.
Also, once you mark something, you're incredibly vulnerable with that weapon.
Yeah,
Because that weapon is
am.
incredibly powerful, but it does have a massive drawback.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was only able to land one shot on her with Dawn's Light too, which didn't help.
Yeah.
And I was hoping that the radiant damage would do something to her, but she was like totally just getting into it. So whatever.
Ironically, if you'd have used it on the haunts, it would have done more. But
Of course it would. But they were at close range, so I would have gotten disadvantage.
yeah, we would have gotten disadvantage anyway because it wasn't your marked target. So.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I really missed V when that spellcaster showed up, so I was like, fuck us, we are going to die. Luckily, he was pretty squishy, but...
Yeah, he only got one of his spells off, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, but the value of having someone who can do counterspell is, like, so real.
Yep.
We just now need to better, like, try and gauge better who is a spellcaster.
Yeah. Well, and that was the thing, like, as soon as he showed up with whatever, his stick, I was like, this guy is definitely something, like, special. But I didn't know if Arya would make that connection. Because that's, like, I don't know. But once
you saw a man with a fancy hat and a stick. You didn't know whether he was a wizard or just a really fashionable gentleman.
Yeah, exactly. How can I make those discrepancies?
I mean, the thing that makes me sad is the fact that if he'd have survived a round in combat, he had the ability to polymorph himself into a giant crocodile, but he died too quickly.
Well, that would have been a lot harder to deal with.
That would have been awesome.
Not for us.
Not for us, but in general,
Yeah,
it would
not
have
for
been pretty
us.
cool.
Yeah.
But yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else I learned. Yeah, apparently, holy shit, don't judge old ladies by their oldness.
Yep.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Because they might turn out to be like members of the elite guard. And like have crazy weapons that do shit. And have a million attacks because, oh my god.
Yep. Warrior monk multiclass, everybody.
Yeah,
Or fighter monk
Yeah.
multiclass,
God.
rather.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, you have like 6 attacks around. That's just like,
Yeah.
okay. Man,
Admittedly, they only do like 1d4 damage, but
still, it just looks more impressive.
Well, it's pretty like my unarmed strike, which is like the weakest one, is 1d6 plus 5. So
oh yeah, 1d6
Yeah.
plus 5. Yeah. So.
That's pretty good.
It's like better than my standard attack.
Yeah.
Although I did roll poorly on almost all of my hits.
As is standard for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about
True that.
Grim, is Grim doesn't care how much damage he dishes out, because he can just take so much damage that it doesn't even matter.
That's for real. If
Yeah.
Grim and I had swapped places, he would not have gone down.
No,
Look,
so-
I honestly, I'm still waiting for the day like something bad happens to him.
Yeah. It's gonna happen
Although-
at some point.
I mean,
At
don't
least,
look
like-
forward to it too much.
Nope. Look, it's not because it's a good thing, but I'm just so curious as what's gonna happen with the rest of the party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well.
that's fair.
You can definitely take your experience, Luka.
Ooh.
Who would like to go next?
Okay, so like, I think Vondal's kind of realizing more and more, like, I don't know, I'm trying to be a bit more like cautious this session a little bit, sort of during that combat, during the combat encounters, during the one combat I was in, like it was another sort of hanging back encounter, just sort of keeping an eye on things.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think, like, all through the encounter, like, who seems to be the biggest threat, which of my companions is in the most danger, and I was trying to figure out who the priority targets were. And trying to think how Vondal would analyze things. So I think that's what he's kind of been thinking. Like, he's trying to think a lot more strategic, especially since, you know, V isn't here, so we're lacking one of our powerful magic users. So I guess Vondal feels like he has to make up for it with his own magic. As now the party's only, like, pure spellcaster. And I guess, like not that he really did this anyway, but I think he's once again had that lesson hammered home of, you know, don't judge a book by its cover.
Yep.
You can find extraordinary people in the most unlikely of places.
Indeed.
I think as well, a bit like Grim as well, he's probably a little bit curious about why Lithari wants to go to where she wants to go. Like, you know, she wants to, like, he's a bit curious as to why she's so interested, and he's especially curious about the sword. Like, I'm sad I did so badly in that history check, but I guess it doesn't really matter, because now he's like, hang on a minute, a metal I haven't heard of.
Yep.
That's really interesting.
Especially a
Like,
magic
he was already
metal.
kind of interested. Yeah, he was already kind of interested when he heard she was looking for a forge that was in a swamp, because he's thinking that's got to be a special forge. And now she's looking for weapons made of special magic metal. He's very interested, but slightly wary. And then I think as a player, I think again it's like a good lesson of I'm going to have to be very careful. I've got to make sure I know exactly what the threats are, and I've got to try and make up for the fact that we don't have our sorceress.
Yep. Cool. Take your experience.
I can go last.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'll make a change. Usually
That-
it's
yeah, that's
Jayla.
Look.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. I mean, I think Kallistrate really. I think I, out of character, and Kallistrate also really underestimated Lithari, and it's just a really interesting thing of like, holy shit, she's actually like super badass, and I think Kallistrate really wants to talk to her about that sort of stuff, which hasn't really come up much because she's like, this is a really, like, she's clearly very experienced and she's like a really good fighter. And she's like, Kallistrate is really, really happy to finally kind of be out and doing things again. Which I realized was why she, instead of listening to Grim like she usually does, well, I say usually does, instead of listening to Grim like she does sometimes, why she just kind of went in the opposite direction, because she's just super...
Yeah.
She's really, like, excited and happy to be out and doing things again. It's just like, oh no, I got this is fine. To be fair, it turned out alright.
Yeah.
We did alright with that fight, so it was okay. It didn't go really badly. But, I think she's not particularly interested in the whole forge business, but she's interested in what's up with another really kind of strange sword, which is kind of cool to her. I think
Yep.
I feel like she trusts Lithari more than she should right now. But I think that's how she just is in general. So that'll be... I have full faith that this won't go horribly in the future. I hope. God, I really hope.
Definitely not evil.
No, totally. But yeah, I don't know. I guess out of character, I'm remembering that I have spell slots for more than just smiting,
Yep.
which I didn't do at all this time.
No, you did not smite once, which
did
is
not
why I
smite once.
made you make a religion check to see if you would realise those things were undead.
Yeah, yeah, I wasn't sure, but I figured that if that one hadn't gone, or if they hadn't gone down so, like, quote-unquote quickly,
Yeah.
I probably would have started smiting, but I was just
Yes.
like, it's okay right now, I think. It wasn't super hairy once we all got in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
Lyra knocking the first one prone and allowing you to mop them up quite quickly was really handy, because otherwise they would have got like another round of leeches in, and it would have been a nightmare.
Yeah, like if it had dragged on anymore, I definitely would have started. Like she would have started pulling out smite, but I think at this point it was kind of like, I'll save it because I think that we'll be able to wrap up here fairly decently without too much bad shit going down. But yeah, it's nice to be back playing again.
It is.
I really missed it. I didn't realize how much I missed it until we started today, and I was like, oh shit, we're doing this again.
Yeah.
We're here.
Cool. Yeah, take your
Sadly.
experience.
Sadly down, but
Oh, she's off having fun elsewhere in other worlds.
in other worlds.
Yeah. Okay. I
Yeah,
think-
last but not least, our special guest.
Yeah. I think I learned how much fun it is to play an old woman, first of all.
Yep.
And also just the level of shit you guys have been up to. Just bits and pieces of that. And
Yeah, because you've come into this fairly unaware of who everybody is and sort of like what their past deeds have been.
Mhm. And I think I've also me as a player, I've learned just kind of more the limits of how my abilities and skills and stuff. Also more about how Roll20 works.
Yep.
But I think Lithari has learned that maybe she's not the super crazy warrior that she used to be, and that when she does run in, maybe play a little bit more defensively.
Yeah.
But still run in.
Yeah, because if you think how devastating you are now, imagine how we must have been in your prime.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
seriously.
Yeah, especially that you have a few of those tricks, like the sword and the smoke, like the smoke bottle and stuff. They were
Yep.
very powerful.
Those are relatively new tricks, but
Yes.
Yeah.
To compensate for what you've lost in terms of getting older.
yeah, what I lack in raw skill now is just a little bit of a few tricks up my sleeve.
Indeed.
It's alright, just keep going with the monk stuff, and eventually you will not have the improvements of old age.
That's true.
That is true.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah,
Oh,
just keep
actually,
on with
don't
that
you-
monk stuff.
No, wait. What level monk is that?
Like
Um,
11th, 14th, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
it's not
not
like,
for
oh no,
ages.
it's like
Still a
18.
decently long way to go. But
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good to have life goals.
Life goal, hit level 14 monk.
Okay, so well, with that, I'd like to give a special round of thanks for everyone for playing, especially as our guest, who has been endless fun to conspire with about things that we can do behind you guys' back.
They told you not
Ow.
to trust them.
So
They told you not to trust her.
yeah, and with that, thank you all for playing, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.